All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Business Showcase series. I'm joined by
Brennan.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too.
Thanks for having me. Today we are at eGearz, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Tell me, what's the location and what is your business all about?
So right now you're standing in eGearz' first retail location, slightly north of Dundas at 243 Broadview Avenue. We are just on the outskirts of Leslieville, and we specialize in electric modes of transportation. So we have e-bikes for city roads, e-bikes for mountain biking and off-road trailing. I have bikes for pleasure, bikes for business, delivery services, and you also have scooters, sit-down and stand-up models, some that you've never seen on Canadian roads before. Pretty much whatever you have, whatever you need, alternate mode of transportation that has to do with electricity, we have you covered.
That's pretty cool. It's a good business to be in. I mean, now as we're all kind of moving into being cleaner energy, there's more density in the roads. This is a really good alternative solution.
Correct.
Yeah.
This has been in the works for a little bit. I've after doing some research and, to be honest, falling in love with this 10 years ago, I just pulled the trigger and grabbed a couple containers, and here we are now. I fell in love with this street in particular. I like the walking traffic, people. It's just a little bit outside the city with a lot of great trails to adventure on.
Yep.
And I thought that the East End was a prime location that was in need of electric bike retail store and on top repair services.
So what kind of research did you do when looking into locations and the business that you're opening up? Like, is there a lot of competition? Is there no competition? Are you positioned well?
Well, right now there are 2 or 3 major players that have been in the country since the e-bikes have been around, up to 25 years. And they have really monopolized the industry. So they have places all over the country. And I did not see any in the direct East End, where I've really fell in love with and been living in. So not to say there isn't competition, because there's lots of guys out there. There's guys all over the city in the West End. But this is not our first location. We are starting to look for and are about to sign our lease on our second location. So being the GTA location. So a little bit closer are people in North York, a lot of my clients that are delivering, and a lot of students who need the source of transportation and don't want to be on the crowded subway and buses. Even though the subway goes all the way down to York University now, we're going to have a location right near one of the subway stops or York University, easy to transport in and out. For us to expand, we'll have a showroom there, also our warehouse, so we can start taking care of e-commerce all across the country.
Great, that's awesome. A thought came to my head. Let's say I'm living in a condo, right? How do I charge my e-bike?
Okay, so these e-bikes come with any regular plug that you would use for a hairdryer. Plugs right into the wall. You don't need any specialty voltage. It has the same outage that you would plug your TV in. You plug one of these units in. I have customers that bring our fold-up units all the way up into their apartment. Fold it down, they sneak right underneath your bed, no problem. I have customers that live in apartments that they offer parking downstairs, like in my apartment, when you have bicycle parking areas where you can lock up your bike, where they also have outlets close by. So I just plug mine back in there. It's pretty secure, locked up. But you want to make sure that your bike is safely secured and locked up. Keep an eye on these. Are a hot topic right now, and everyone really wants one. But as long as you take care of it and you're responsible on the roads, you'll have a great time. It's the freedom is uncomparable.
Yeah. How long does it typically take to charge a full battery?
Depending on the battery and depending on the strength of your charger. But it can take anywhere between 4 and 8 hours.
So it covers basically the entire population.
It was very surprising. I knew that the age limit was 16 in Ontario, and I knew the younger kids always want that. I know that's there. It's a hot thing. It's always
especially these scooters. Like, I see these everywhere, and they go fast.
Yes, they do go fast. A lot of people do exceed the legal speed limit, which is 32 kilometers an hour. But now that they have become so popular, it's not really the Wild West anymore. They are being regulated. You can get fines for dangerous driving, for speeding, and you can really hurt yourself if you're not being careful.
Gotcha.
So the safer you are, wearing a helmet, getting the proper tools and driving techniques to keep yourself safe on the road. But 32 kilometers an hour speed limit is
Fast enough.
pretty fast.
It's fast enough.
Pretty fast. You're blowing by everyone waiting in rush hour
Yeah.
when you're trying to get home between 5 and 6.
Yeah.
And that usual thing would take you trip would take you 2 hours.
Exactly.
It would take you half an hour. It's
Exactly.
it's really changing the way local traveling and commuting is going to be looked at.
Yeah.
The country of Canada can't overlook it anymore. Everywhere else in the world is dealing with electric transportation.
Yep.
Now that lithium has taken leaps and bounds in the sense of it's affordable for the average person. Now anyone can be driving these and afford them, and it's not a very expensive price item where only wealthy people can afford.
Yeah.
So now you'll start seeing a lot more of them on the road, and Canada is appreciating the green technology.
Exactly.
It's no gas. They've always tried to figure out how to deal with the heavy traffic in the city, and this is a perfect way to do that.
Sure.
I can't express the amount of money I've saved in not paying for gas. Of course I pay for gas here and there for work trucks, but the amount I've spent compared to in the years where I was driving every day is wild.
I have one last question for you. In the last, since you've operated the business, what has surprised you the most? Like, what's one thing that you went into this not really knowing or expecting?
What has surprised me the most? I have to say the older demographic. Like I said, I was always knew about the younger demographic between 16 and 65. No problem. Easy thing to, it's a no-brainer. How about that?
For them,
But lately, I've been getting a lot of 65 plus, and like I said, 85 years old who are interested in my 3-wheel trikes, or even interested in the stand-up scooters. The lady who picks up the cans, who used to do it on her bicycle, now does it on one of my scooters.
It's a good business to be in.
And she does that for fun, but she used to, she's older. One of the ladies was 67, and she was just pushing a shopping cart around or taking her bicycle, and now she does it on this. But the age, the demographic really just surprised me on how the response I've gotten from all ages really surprised me.
Awesome. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm really
I think
excited.
you've got a lot of growth coming your way. I think you're definitely set up well, and the location's perfect, right in front of the streetcar stop.
Yeah,
So
thank
you
you.
get a lot of people coming off that will see this and think to themselves, "You don't have to take the streetcar
Exactly.
anymore."
I
It
thought
saves
that
some
was
time.
pretty
It's a good spot to be.
strategic. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Well, listen, thanks for having me.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure to
And
meet you.
again, you have a website, you have a Facebook?
Yes. So all my social media, you can find us at my eGearz. So that is Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Google. So at my eGearz with a Z, as you can see there. eGearz.
Nice.
Website's egearz.ca. You can apply right for financing on my website. It's very easy, right on the top banner. If you can't afford the $2,000 to $3,000 for one of the larger purchase items, have some companies that will work with you to do some monthly payments.
Awesome.
And everything's available, prices, pictures, speculations of all the bikes. But please feel free to give us a call at 437-248-8795 anytime you have any questions or concerns, or to be honest, just pop by.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing.
That's the best thing.
Pop
I'm always
by,
here.
Check out the store, have a look what's here, have a chat with you.
Exactly.
You're super knowledgeable about what people need based on their
Thank
size and age. And
Thank you. Appreciate that.
cool. Great. One more time. Thank you very much.
No, my pleasure, man.
We'll see you soon, and feel free to come on by.
Great. I can't wait to see everyone. Have a
All
great
right.
day.